Okay, today YouTubers, we are going to be working on a 2010 Chevy Silverado 1500 LT with a 5.3 liter engine. Now, just to be clear, I'm not officially a mechanic. I'm a do-it-yourself kind of guy. So I've spent days watching videos on all this stuff, but what I think my problem is I have a stuck lifter. So basically, just to give you a rundown, I was driving the vehicle and I noticed a ticking noise, and it seemed to get worse. My check engine light came on. The faster I would go, the check engine light, around 55, 60, the check engine light would not only run, but it would start to flash. So I took it over to AutoZone because I didn't have my code reader on me, and they came up with a few error codes. PO306, cylinder 6 misfire, PO106, which was my map sensor. But mainly that's been the problem, is the PO306, and it was knocking. So I initially checked the oil. I was about a half to 3/4 of a quart low, no visible engine leaks. At 90,000 miles, this similar problem happened. All I did was put seafoam in the engine oil and in the gas, and in 2 days it cleared it up. I've now went an additional 15,000 miles and have been through a couple oil changes since then. These 5.3 liter Silverados, they have the active fuel management system in them, and from watching videos, that seems to be a lot of the problem with the lifters, was when it deactivates. So anyways, these cars come preset to change your engine oil at every 5,000 miles. I was instructed to do it at every 3. It is at 5,000 miles when it started doing that. So basically, what I did is I went and got, let me see if I can find it. I put this Lucas heavy duty oil stabilizer. I topped the engine off with this. And I ran it for a day. And then I also put seafoam inside of the gas tank. I did pour a little bit in the oil. I didn't want to overrun the engine, so I only ran it for about a day. Didn't seem to free it up. So then I went ahead and put in that Lucas deep clean in my gas on a full tank, which treated 25 gallons. But basically, I didn't want to run the crap out of it, so I was going to do an oil change on it. And before I did that, I decided to go ahead and check a few things. Now, from watching videos, basically these all the way across are your coil packs. Of course, here's your spark plugs. So mine was giving me a cylinder 6 misfire. I'm only showing you on this side because this side's easier to view and the other side was harder to take off. But basically what I ended up doing was, from watching videos, I was pulling this plug. Let me see if you can see it. Pulling this plug off of the coil to see if it changed the engine. I was trying to see if my engine coil was good. So I did that while the engine was running. And basically anytime I unplug one of them, my motor doesn't stall, but it starts to shake. So on cylinder number 6, I did have, the coil pack was good. I plugged it back in. I went ahead and took the spark plug out. I looked at the spark plug. The spark plug is dirty. I went ahead and grounded it out to some metal. It did have a spark. Spark is kind of yellow, so I'm going to go ahead and replace the spark plugs and do the wires as well. Especially because on the other side, you have to take off your intake, manifold, all kinds of stuff to kind of get to that valve cover gasket. But like in the other videos, the 2 sockets needed are going to be 10 millimeter. And the 10 millimeter will take off this whole entire assembly, which you'll see I have right here. Once that's off, you only have to unplug that gray middle one. And then get it out of there. And then basically, for the valve cover, this one you can see I have off. It's not terribly dirty. But this one I have off. These were 8 millimeter bolts. As you can see, I'm missing one. I actually already tore it apart and was looking at the rocker arms, and I broke the bolt from over tightening, so be careful. I had to go buy this from the dealership. You cannot get this bolt at AutoZone. About $5.50. But anyways, what I'm going to do is, I didn't show you the complete tear out. Just because it's time consuming. But what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to try to start the engine for you and let you see the number 6 rocker yesterday wasn't moving right. It was moving. It's not loose like you see on some videos. Let me see if I could jump up there. So it's this one right here. As you can see, it's pretty snug. So then what I did is I seen a lot of guys using a B12 chem tool to spray into the piston rod. I think that's what it's called. I didn't have that, so I sprayed Seafoam top engine cleaner in there yesterday. I was going to spray that in, let it sit for 15 minutes, and then I was going to go ahead and do the oil flush, but I broke that bolt. So basically it's been sitting overnight. I got the bolt. I have not started the engine up yet. So basically this is what I sprayed into that hole yesterday. Just Seafoam top engine cleaner and lube. So I'm going to try that, and then I am going to change the oil. I'm going to use this Berryman's oil change flush. I didn't really get a bunch of reviews on this particular product, but Berryman's has been around a long time. Most of the videos say to run it for 5 minutes and then immediately change the oil. This particular can says to start it and basically let it run until the engine heats up. So my normal operating pressure for my oil is around 40. So I'll let it run, let it try. Being that this is active fuel management, it's only got 105,000 miles on it, but I'm going to go ahead and switch over to synthetic oil. Like I said, this kind of happened to me at 90,000 miles. I got lucky and it freed up. Hopefully this one frees up too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start it up and let you see if that arm actually freed up from soaking with the Seafoam overnight. So here we go. Oh, that time it didn't even start. Huh. Huh. Well, it's not even trying to start now. So, I guess I'm going to have to get this pushed back together. Dang it, I didn't want to do that. I did go ahead and clean this throttle plate yesterday, and that could be some of the issue, is it's searching for its new position. Let's try it one more time. Let me give it a little bit of gas. Okay, there we go. We got it started. Let's see if that rocker arm freed itself up. Lots of smoke. You can see it is moving. It's just not moving like the rest of them. Doesn't appear to be broke. It's not loose. So I'm going to try the oil flush, and I'm going to spray just a little bit more lubrication on that. Maybe pour a tiny bit of oil on there and see what happens. So stay paused. I'll get back to you after I do the motor oil change. Thanks, bye.